Hello, everybody. My name is Twitch E03G, and in today's episode of Tales from Velmont, we will be talking about one of the longest standing parts in Velmont, those being colts. Out of all the various oddities in Velmont, colts are one of the most integral parts, the sheepherds being a main contender in this. Let's look at them now. The shepherd cult is a group of rogue militants who believe Velmont and the land it sits on belongs to the animals that were slaughtered when the founder of Velmont, Leonard T. Velmont, started building on the area that Velmont now occupies. Shepherds believe they are the longest standing prosecuted minority, and the government will not return their land. In order to obtain justice for the animals slaughtered when Leonard settled here, the shepherds have adopted a more terrorist-type approach. The shepherds' leaders are Timmy Shepherd and Red Axe. This excerpt is from Chris Cohen. The shepherds coincidentally only plan their attacks during events, which is very suitable when we're trying to create a fun, engaging experience for other attendees. As told from Mr. Cohen, the shepherds are a terrorist-type cult, choosing only to attack during the times where the most chaos can be caused. The most notable example of the shepherds attacking occurred when Timmy Shepherd attacked during President Lyon's inauguration. This attack took place on top of Lyon's office building in downtown Velmont. During the attack, the damage to the surrounding buildings was immense, and in the resulting battle, Lyon killed Timmy Shepherd. Nevertheless, Lyon was still named president at the end of the day. The shepherds also did something similar for President Tuggy B's inauguration. The shepherds trapped all the Velmonters inside a trivia game with 28 questions. These questions pertain to the history of Velmont according to the shepherds. Tug managed to guide us all to victory, and she was subsequently elected as president. Gabriel Bartholomew also shared some information about an experience he had with the shepherds. A couple years back, while I was traveling to Velmont, I stumbled upon a ghost town overrun by shepherds. Luckily, I managed to get away before they could notice that I was there. According to Mr. Bartholomew, he found a ghost town of shepherds, although this experience cannot be backed up with other reports. When asking Mayor Tofi if he had heard of this alleged ghost town, he replied, "No, I have not." Shepherds have had many numerous encounters with Velmont law enforcement. We have a story from ex-police officer Hyper. The shepherds, those treacherous annoyances, traitors, evildoers. I, in my day as a police officer, dealt with them many a times. Once my house was even bombed by them while I was searching for their base. Mr. Hyper describes the shepherds as traitors and evildoers, But this is not how the sheepherds see themselves. The sheepherds have a museum of sorts, only a few blocks from Velmont's spawn. When heading downwards into the subway, I was greeted with the story of the sheepherds, as told by them. You think Velmont is a safe place for all? Velmont was built on blood and betrayal made by Velmonters to animals. Learn more about our story. Signed by the sheepherds. According to the sheepherds, they only attacked violently towards the people of Velmont because Derek Sheffrey allowed the VPD to attack the sheepherds, who at this point were peaceful. The sheepherds then saw the only way to achieve their goals of no longer being attacked and discriminated against was to become a terrorist threat to Velmont. During Velmont Times 2022, the Velmonters stumbled upon Frank, who was discovered to be an ex-shepherd, and Barbara, a lovely sheep. The two sheep wanted to get married, and during the wedding ceremony, someone dropped an anvil on Frank's head. The Velmonters acted quickly and ran up the tower to find the culprit. Although no shepherd was found during the attack, Frank and Barbara were sent into VSA witness protection. The shepherds also attacked during Matt's birthday party. The shepherds, who were distraught about their leader, Timmy, being murdered during Lion's inauguration, overtook the Capitol building. The partygoers were tasked with retaking the Capitol building. During the end of the battle, Zeter Hesparde was revealed to have been Red Axe this entire time, going all the way back to the Velmont Times event, and was the one who planned the execution of Frank. Red Axe used the Nadine Stone, a dangerous and powerful relic, on the corpse of Timmy Shepherd, and in doing so, resurrected Timmy. But where are they now? Where have the shepherds gone? To continue in the words of Chris Cohen, we haven't heard of them in a long time, since Timmy and Red Axe have been arrested during Matt's birthday party. It seems as if the shepherd attacks have died down because of their lockup in Velmont's downtown prison. Although one can never be too sure about the shepherd's inevitable return to a life of crime. Ouroboros. Ouroboros is a pseudo-cult-like organization whose main directive is to log and store all notable bits of information about every Velmonter. Ouroboros then stores this information in a logbook. Velmonters can find keys hidden throughout Velmont and the Velmont Discord server that will unlock random and various logbooks. Every Ouroboros key starts off with **/*. The rest of the key can be any length and made of any number or letter. Chris Cohen was asked about his experiences with the Ouroboros, and he replied with, "The Aurora Borealis are something else. They built this screwdriver once, and it made me cry. The screwdriver Mr. Cohen is referring to inside of this excerpt is the Citadel Anthium, a suspected Ouroboros hideout. The Citadel no longer exists in Velmont, and the location where it once stood is built over with box news. Ouroboros have bunkers spread throughout Velmont, containing various items and informational pieces. One of the longtime adversaries of Ouroboros, the Travelers, started a war with Ouroboros, and soon Velmont was covered in banners. Cool Chris 66 had to step in and stop the war because of the immense lag caused by the banners. During ex-President Lyon's presidency and during the Shepherd Scare, Ouroboros were classified as a shepherd organization, and as a result, I, myself, Twitch A3G, who has nothing to do with Ouroboros, was labeled as a shepherd, which stripped me of many rights. I was able to defend myself and prove that I have no connection to either of these organizations. After this debacle, Ouroboros teamed up with the Travelers to elect President Tug into office. Soon after, President Tug was elected after a long and harrowing fight with the Shepherds. Ouroboros has remained silent for much of its existence and continues to be an impartial observer to this day. The Travelers. The Travelers, much like Ouroboros, are a pseudo-cult of random people. The Travelers have no known goal, and not much is known about them other than their banner. The Travelers have existed on Velmont for much longer than Ouroboros, but not as long as the Shepherds. The Travelers engaged in a long banner war with Ouroboros, which at some points covered most surfaces inside of Velmont. Chris Cohen had things to share about his experiences with the Travelers. They're super annoying. I remember the Travelers spammed rocket banners all over the city, and it took me months for them to mostly be gone, 'cause every once in a while I'll find another. Mr. Cohen expresses his distaste for the Travelers based on the banner spammage. During presidential campaign of ex-President Tuggy B, the Travelers set aside their differences with Ouroboros to vote Tuggy B into presidency, which succeeded. The Travelers have not been heard from in months, leading some to believe the pseudo-cult was disbanded or stopped existing altogether. There are more cults in Velmont that are newer and less recognized, one of those being the Church of the Beneath. Gabriel Bartholomew had this to say about this new cult. Recently, though, I have seen some recent activity from a new cult, the Church of the Beneath. The Church is a belief-based cult that seems to believe in a fungi tardigrade species found in the caverns. They don't seem to be hostile, but I have seen security footage of their members breaking into buildings during after hours and planting an unknown plant. The cult members don robes with skulls that seem to signify their ranks, with the most deformed being the highest rank. I have begun to notice similarities with the members of the cult and the newly found cryptid that I had brought to the light, the Skulks. Signed, GCB. According to Gabriel, the Church of the Beneath don masks similar to the Skulkers, who we covered in episode 1. Not much else is known about this cult, but it seems their activity is ramping up. We here at Tales from Velmont will definitely be keeping our eyes on the situation. Thank you to everyone who watched this episode about cults in Velmont. Tales from Velmont hopes you are a little more informed about them and a little more cautious when dealing with them. Have a good day.